Doing how?
Oh, it's not Coach Scott being tough. It's just
Coach Sweeney.
it's the camp. You know what that means. But it's hot out there, but you know you got pushed through.
Yeah, you're like a third of the way through now, I guess.
Yeah.
A couple more weeks to go.
Yeah.
So how do you do to get your mind straight and knowing that you still got 14 more practices?
It's just a mindset, like you said. You just gotta push yourself and just tell yourself every day, just be great today. That's what I do every day I wake up. I say, let's just be great today. And you know, I just push through, and then when the night comes, I get my sleep. That's important.
Amari, year 2 in the program. You're coming in this year as a not an upperclassman, but an experienced player. What do you tell the new guys like Justin Ross coming in, Darion Kendrick? How do you tell them to acclimate their way through camp and also into school?
Yeah, just come in, just grind, man. You gotta keep your head low, stay quiet. That's what I did. I barely said a word when I first got here, but I just grinded. You know, when I play ball and handle my business in the classroom. So you know, they just gotta stay low. You know, get acclimated to what's going on here. You know, they get used to it sooner or later.
How different do you feel being where you are this year, kind of getting into the starting role as opposed to where you were last year at this time, kind of trying to get your feet wet?
Yeah, last year coming in, you know, I was a new guy, so you know, I had to learn everything. And this year, now that I have the whole playbook in my mind, I know what to do when I'm out there. You know, I'm more confident. I can play faster and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm good on that part.
Coach mentioned that you're doing a lot of work in the punt return game. Is that one of the things you specialized in back in high school?
Yeah, that was one of my things in high school, and you know, I'm glad I'm gonna be able to contribute to this team in that role too. So I'm looking forward to it.
What's the mindset of a punt returner?
Just get north. You know, you gotta catch it, get what you can get. Going that way, you can't go side to side. You're not gonna get anything. And that's how you cause turnovers too. So.
How you try not to think about, okay, what's coming at you?
Coach Scott does a very good job actually. When I'm looking up at the ball, I can hear him on the side of me telling me if I'm good or not, or if I need to fair catch it. So I give credit to Coach Scott for doing that for me.
What do you feel like makes you such a good returner?
I feel the fact that, like I just said, I get north. You know, I'm a bigger guy, so I'm able to break more tackles. And, you know, I try not to drop any balls. So, you know, I'm gonna keep working. Hopefully this season I won't drop any.
That work ethic that you have, as far as like we see you after practice all the time, catching extra balls and stuff. Where's that work ethic come from, and how much is it?
The work ethic, it's just been with me for my whole life. You know, coming from what my dad did, what he accomplished. You know, he's told me he want me to do more. He want me to achieve more than he did. So you know, that's my motivation. You know, every day that I come out here, I'm just thinking, you know, he won a national championship, so I'm trying to win too. He played 3 years in the NFL, I think, so I'm trying to play at least 5. So you know, that's my motivation. So that's what gets me through.
That's what I was going to ask. Oh, really? I almost word for word.
Go back to the 2 freshmen I was talking about. What are you seeing in those 2 guys, Darion and Justin, and what they bring to this wide receiver core that you guys don't already have?
I think our wide receiver core, we have a lot of things, you know, and they just add to it. You know, toughness. DK, he's very tough. You know, he goes and catches everything that comes his way. And Justin's tough too. You know, he's playing through a shoulder injury right now, so he's pushing through that. And props to him for that, because that's a hard thing to do.
How would you describe yourself as a receiver? I guess where do you feel like you've grown the most from this time last year to now?
As far as growing the most, I feel like confidence. Because last year, like I said, being a young guy coming in, you know, I had to build my confidence from going to high school to college. So I feel like I'm improving on confidence, being able to go out and do what I know I can do, and I'm doing it consistently. So.
It seemed like you were last year like the heir apparent to Ray McLeod, and I mean you're slotted in to take over for his own spot this year. What did you learn from Ray last year? Did you hang out with him and pick his brain throughout the season?
Yeah, Ray did a good job, you know, helping me learn the playbook when I first got here. And when we got out on the field, he helped me on like the techniques and stuff, how our defense plays us versus in practice. You know, we go against him every day. So, you know, it's kind of like a game every single day going against a great defense like we have. So he just taught me different techniques, how to swerve, and how to work different slants and different releases and stuff like that. So props to Ray for giving me props like that. And, you know, he actually had his first touchdown yesterday in preseason game, so congrats on that to him too.
Ray and Dion kind of came in together out of the Tampa, Florida area and became a duo. And now it's the same thing with you and T coming out of Tennessee. Talk about that a little bit.
That's kind of funny because, you know, Ray and Dion came from Florida. DeAndre Cornell came from North Carolina, and me and T's from Tennessee. So I guess it's kind of a trend, so that's kind of funny. But, you know, it's kind of good that he has people from the same states to know where they come from. Me and T is like 20 minutes from each other, so we can relate. You know, we can push each other in that way. So I feel like that's good.
Going back to your dad, obviously this time of year you're busy, he's busy. How often do you guys catch up? And when you do, are you picking his brain about football, or are you talking about other things?
Yeah. So he's in camp right now. Actually, you know, we've been trying to talk for the last 3 days, but you know, he's 3 hours behind, so it's midnight here. He's just not getting out of practice. So we say I'll talk tomorrow, but then that time comes and then we miss each other again. But you know, whenever we talk, we just talk about how camp's going. You know, I show him my one-on-one videos and what I'm doing in practice, and he just gives me tips on what I can fix and stuff like that. But you know, I pick his brain and ask him what I can get better at too. You know, it's never like a thing where I don't feel like I can't ask him anything. You know, he's always still a dad. He's gonna give me the best information.
As far as, oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I just meant, like, as far as technique and everything, how much did he kind of help you coming up and kind of learning the game?
Yeah, because my first 2 years of high school, I played running back, and then when I was making that transition over to receiving my junior year, I went out to Cali for a couple weeks, and he was a receivers coach at that time. So, you know, he kind of taught me a few things. You know, I went to the camp, he got to coach me a little bit, so he played a big role in teaching me how to play the position correctly.
Did you ever think you'd play for him?